Hello, I'm John Scroggins, Executive Director of the Baton Exchange. We are passionate about equipping Christian 20-somethings to integrate faith, work, and leadership in order to be a redemptive influence for Christ in the global workplace. I'm going to share with you 9 ways that we can help the Christian 20-something that you care about flourish spiritually and professionally as they start their careers. The first part, obviously, is Christ. So in the Leader Incubator program in Columbus, Ohio, we help them get a theology of work. We help them understand what God thinks about work and why that matters and how they live their faith in the workplace. We also help them develop a strategic understanding of how to bring God's flourishing to their city, their neighborhood, or their industry. So we invest a lot in helping disciple them and helping them develop in spiritual formation. So obviously Christ is the first part. Under the Calling and Compass, we use about a dozen different assessments to help them understand how they are designed, because we believe that design reflects the designer's intent. We bring in life coaches to help them process that, help them understand how their design will impact how they relate to peers, and how they relate possibly to a future spouse, and then also reveal possible barriers where their strengths might actually become a weakness if gone too far. And so we really help them develop an emotional intelligence and a deeper understanding of who they are and how it can affect where they go. We use that information to help them develop their own personal compass. And this is a personal mission statement. So they can use that mission statement as a framework or a tool when they're making important life decisions. I developed mine over 10 years ago. I'm still using it. So in this first part of the Leader Incubator program, it's a discovery part, and we're going from questions to clarity. We move into the development phase. The first part is competency, so we're helping them develop their people skills or soft skills, professional skills. A Harvard study shows that 85% of career success is related to our people skills, only 15% to technical. So we've identified what some of those crucial professional skills and soft skills are and deliver corporate level training to them. Some training they typically wouldn't get until mid-career or even upper level management. They're getting it as they're starting their career. Character. In our research, we discovered that 66% of employers said that the #1 development need for young professionals is in character. So honesty, integrity, diligence, grit, courage, and so on. So over the course of the 11-month program, we're trying to help them cultivate that in very practical ways. So Christ, calling, competency, character. And actually, these 4 things are essential if they are to be successful in their career as a Christian, and if they are to become emerging leaders of influence. Now, capacity. We believe in servant leadership, so we're teaching them you lead by serving. We're also teaching them 360-degree leadership and integrated with the servant leadership. So how do you influence or lead your boss? How do you lead across? How do you lead down? So we are helping them cultivate some very practical leadership skills. We move, so here we're going from discovery to development to the deploy phase of our program. The company placements are 32 hours a week. So we place the young professionals 32 hours a week working at a company. It's a way for them to pay for most of their training while they're in the program, as well as develop some very important technical skills, obviously, but also their professional skills and as a context for practicing these things that we're teaching them. So it's a way for them to also get their foot in the door into the career. What we've done also is we've tied these training outcomes to the performance at the company. So we'll call the supervisor and say, hey, how's Sally doing, in these areas? They'll say their strengths, weaknesses, and then what we do is we'll meet with Sally and say, okay, here's what your supervisor said, and here's some coaching tips to help you realign so that they can grow as they go. We have a special celebration called a commissioning in May, at the end of May, where we help them think about, or we're commissioning them as ministers and missionaries out into the marketplace, no matter what their occupation is, whether it's an artist or an architect, an engineer or an IT person, doesn't matter. They need to see their work as a commission from Christ, and they have a role to play in the global workplace. And so anyway, we have a special party commissioning them for a life of missional service through their work. Now, all of this, so here again, we're going from discovery to develop to deploy. They're moving from questions to clarity, from potential to prepared, and from lab to life. All this is made possible through some wonderful coaches and mentors that we utilize. These are seasoned professionals who are believers who want to invest deeply in the emerging generation. So what we do is we match, let's say that Sally is an accountant, we'll match her to a woman who's also an accountant to be her mentor for that year. It's a way for her to develop a relationship with another godly woman who's been down the road a little while longer, and it gives our folks, professionals, a way to give back. Another part of all this is the context, so community. These emerging leaders are living actually in a leader incubator house in Columbus, Ohio, as they're going through the program, so they have a peer community of cohort. The community also consists of between 100 to 200 local to national level leaders from a wide range of occupations and industries who have a desire to raise up the next generation of leaders. And so these folks, the emerging leaders, the 20-somethings, are receiving all this wisdom from our leader community, but they're also developing good connections for possible employment later on or mentoring. So it's very mutually beneficial. So again, we are helping Christian 20-somethings become emerging leaders of influence for Christ. And we do that at the Baton Exchange in the Leader Incubator in Columbus, Ohio. We would love to serve a Christian 20-something that's in your life, and we encourage you to have them contact us about going through this. We are taking applications, and the application deadline is April 30th. They get it in soon. The sooner they get it in, the sooner they'll know if they're accepted, denied, or waitlisted. But we'd love to figure out how to serve a 20-something that you care about and want to see flourish spiritually and professionally as they start their careers. Thanks.